Good morning. This is Dylan Jovine with Behind the Markets. Happy Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, May 28th. Today is National Hamburger Day. And let me tell you that if I was on death row and I had to have one last meal before I went away, I would actually get a cheeseburger with fries. No doubt about it. Onions, pickled, tomato, lettuce, just a standard American cheeseburger. And I am happy that somebody thought of celebrating Hamburger Day. What a great thing. Anyway, a lot of folks have written in asking me, because they know we cover healthcare with Biotech Insider. A lot of folks have written in to ask me what I think of UnitedHealthcare. What do I think it's worth? The stock has gotten hammered down from around $600 a share, got cut in half basically, to $299, $295, $299, under $300 a share. So basically the stock got halved ever since the Trump administration, the Justice Department basically decided to go after them. And a lot of folks say, Dylan, we know you're a big value guy. You love to buy things when they look cheap, et cetera, et cetera. And I love to buy things when they look cheap. And I'll tell you something, I did the math this weekend. Really wanted to look at it, what their free cash flow was. And I come up by any reasonable calculation you want to use based on their numbers. The company's worth about $568 a share. It's worth, about 150 points, much higher than it is now, probably 50% more than it is now. So in one way, it looks like a great deal. But those numbers are really based upon the prior 5 years of free cash flow. We don't know. The tricky thing about a situation like this is you don't know what it's going to look like. You don't understand. It's hard to say what parts of their business, their ability to generate free cash flow is going to be changed. For example, the company earned last year $26.82 in free cash flow. And basically they're being charged with really secretly paying nursing homes to reduce hospital all kinds of malfeasance. And what's tricky about UnitedHealthcare, and this is a dominant super competitor, so this is the kind of business that if they missed earnings one quarter, I would be all over. But what's tricky about this particular situation is this. A, we don't know how hard the Trump Justice Department is going to go at them. B, we don't know what their earnings are going to look like afterwards. Are they forced to shut down pieces of the business? And does that meaningfully change? And that's something that I'm digging into now. So even if they lost, let's say 20% of their earnings, in other words, the Justice Department smacked them on the hand and said, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this. The question is, what percentage of their earnings will that impact? What does that look like after this? And we just don't have the answers to that question yet. We are going to have them soon. But we've seen what's happened. At some point, UnitedHealthcare Group will be a buy. It's not just a stumble my toe kind of situation here. It's more of a Justice Department investigation, which can get really hairy. I've seen Justice Department investigations force companies to break off units, break up. I've seen Justice Department investigations just insert monitors into companies to make sure that they didn't misbehave. I've also seen Justice Department investigations basically end with a slap on the wrist and a fine. So we don't know, how aggressively the Trump Justice Department is going to go after. And we all know, as we're watching him go after Harvard or other institutions out there, that he can go pretty hard. We will see. Given the political environment, the ups and downs, and given what we don't know, there's so much that we don't know. That's why the stock is selling so cheap. That's why it's a terrific bargain. If the company largely stays the same, maybe with one big fine, even a $2 billion fine, a $5 billion fine, even would be fine. If they were able to keep their cash generating ability, it would just be a speed bump in a big cash producing machine. So anyway, I wanted to address that. I got a lot of questions about it this weekend over Memorial Day, and I figured I'd just tackle it head on. Anyway, that's all I have. Have a wonderful day.